Hello, wonderful, wonderful weirdos, and welcome to yet another episode of Tangents of Horror. It's a podcast.
It is.
With me, Brandon.
And me, Steven.
And it's a podcast where we review spooky movies and sometimes sci-fi movies and sometimes fantasy movies and sometimes weird movies. Like today.
Right.
Because I don't even know if I would consider this a horror movie. A weird body horror, I guess.
I wouldn't call her that.
It's probably where it goes.
Okay, well.
It has a lot to do with the body, the bums, and the bums. Yes, if you haven't guessed, because you chose it, once again, we're doing the Substance. Yeah. Good old green Substance. Classic. Released on September 20th, 2024. That's this year. With a budget of $17.5 million. And right now at the box office, it's at $50.1 million.
Made its money back 2 over.
I'd like that.
Yeah.
I'd like that. Written and directed by both duties. Going to, and I hope I'm saying this right, Qualley Fargeet. Yeah. Good one. Only has one other movie called The Revenge or Revenge. Haven't seen it. Might have to check it out after this. The wonderful cinematography by Benjamin Kraken. Music by Rafferty. Good name. Raff. I like it. And then starring in this corner, Demi Moore. Or Demi Moore. Foo Fighters. We also got Margaret Qualley. Dennis Quaid as the manager. Edward Hamilton Clark, Oscar Lesage, and Tiffany Hofstetter, and others. There were some others in there.
Not many.
They're background characters. And yeah, that's about it for the info on the movie.
Yep.
Good cast. Good crew in total, to be honest. Yeah, and then the movie gets right into it. Didn't even really have an opening. The Substance came up a few times, but there wasn't like...
Yeah, it was just a shot of symbiosis. A cell procreating by itself.
Yeah, that was cool. That was a cool opening. There's like an egg on a blue counter, and it's like injected with some sort of stuff.
Substance, you'd call it.
Yeah, some might. And then there's 2 yolks. The yolk all of a sudden like multiplies, and then boop, there's a second one. And then it goes over to the Hollywood star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. I wouldn't care for one of those. People just step on you all day.
Right, yeah.
And as we see, they just kind of step on you anyway.
Yeah, they'll take a picture for the first day. Our big pop star, Elisabeth Sparkle.
Sparkle. There's a couple things in this movie that reminded me of How I Met Your Mother. Because there's a Robin Sparkle that's a pop star in that show. And then there's something else that comes up as well that I'll mention that reminded me of How I Met Your Mother. But that's that one. Sparkle. Kind of sounds more like a stripper. I'm not going to lie. Sparkle.
That's why they call it a horror movie.
Oh. I see what they did there. All this is like bird's eye view, too. It's pretty cool. There's like a ceremony. She steps over, and there's cameras, and then people, crowds going wild. And then you get like it's almost like a Disney version of time going by, because you just see like the seasons changing. It snows, the fucking star starts cracking, which seems like only a year, so I don't know what kind of shit they're using. Not very sturdy concrete, if you ask me. Kind of like the concrete they use at the parking lot at our work.
Right.
They put it in one day, and it starts cracking and sagging the next. Kind of like the main character.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't look like she was sagging much to me, though. I'm going to be honest. And then, yeah, we hear construction in the background. There's a lot of cool... Pardon me. There's a lot of cool transitions like this one where you hear the construction in the background, but then it morphs into the workout music. She's doing her Sparkle Your Life workout session. You have a collection of those, don't you?
I do,
From the 90s?
Tybo on VHS.
Oh, those were great. That's a
Make me
classic.
sweat.
And you sweat. Your arms in the air. Reach for
Yeah,
Jesus.
Double Time. Oh man.
Oh, don't even
Ruined
get
me.
me started. That just makes me think of the beep test from high school. That was horrible. Did you have the beep test?
Oh yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Here, would you like to puke halfway through your
Yeah.
day at school? Here's the beep test.
Oh, you've been sitting down for 6 hours out of the day? Sprint.
Now run. Half the class would just stop after the first, like, oh yeah, I did. I couldn't do it. Yeah. A lot of bright fucking colors in this, too, in the beginning. Like, the first half of the movie, everything's really fluorescent and very 80s. Which I wrote down. It doesn't really give a time period, but it's weird. It's like half 80s, but there's twerking and hip-hop music and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know what you call that.
Timeless.
Like, timeless? There
Yep.
you go, yeah. Bright colors, yeah. And then there's interesting camera angles right here. The hallway, it's very like Shining. There's the pattern coming down the carpet, and she's looking down like the POV. And they go down this hallway a lot to get to like, it seems like the main stage, their dressing room. I think they go to the manager's office down this hallway. It's a very magical hallway, like Willy Wonka.
Where dreams come true.
All your dreams come true until you're 50. It's kind of like a weird cult.
Yeah, that was the first thing I didn't understand is her want to be more beautiful because she was already damn attractive.
Well, yeah, it's Demi Moore.
Yeah. And so I never got this character's desire to be more attractive, or if she had any envy of younger girls or something.
Well, I think it was just like the talk of the town,
Yeah,
too.
just
Like,
implied,
oh,
she's
too
getting
old.
Yeah.
You got to get the new blood in here.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was one thing I was thinking. This movie would have, as amazing as it is, spoiler alert for my opinion, it would have done better in like the early 2000s or something because it's very 90s.
Yeah.
It's like once you hit a certain age, that's it.
Yeah,
But now everyone's like,
Yeah,
I'm getting
that's-
old. Look at my gray hair.
yeah.
Look at my sagging boobs and whatnot.
Yeah, Adele's been rocking it. Yeah, no, Dennis Quaid's character is this
Oh my God.
guy who's just horny for young girls.
But he's so funny. Horny for young girls, but also fame.
Yeah.
Like he just sees the talent and is like, yeah, money.
Yeah.
Money, 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 money. Yeah, thank you for remembering his name too. He was fucking
I
hilarious.
just said Dennis Quaid's character.
No, yeah, but
Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't think they say his name.
Manager, yeah, I don't know.
They might say Mr. something at one point, but yeah, he's just the manager. Very. This movie could have easily taken place in Grand Theft Auto.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was
Yeah.
so like Vice City almost,
Yeah.
like cartoon characters.
very
Like he's
over the
very
top, yeah.
cowboyish, and a lot of smile camera angles where the person is just like right in your face, POV.
Yeah.
Bright colors, like I said. Yep, and the sound design was great too. Like when he's eating at the restaurant, and it's just like. I don't want yum 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 like crunching
You could say
and
him chewing.
but like really
Yeah.
loudly, like cartoonish. It was very like Smile too, where it was like borderline Looney Tunes at times. But yeah, even she sneaks into the men's room for some reason.
At
one point.
woman's room is out of order.
Oh, was it? I missed that. And then he comes in, and this is the first time she hears him on the phone saying, "Yeah, we need new talent." She's getting up there, whatever. But during this scene when he comes in, it's just like someone put a camera on the urinal and it's just looking at him from the urinal the entire time he's having this conversation. Love it. Little things like that. It's like it's an art movie, but not, you don't notice it because you're just like, oh, that's a cool idea. Not, okay, this is dragging on too long, or we get it. It's an art project. And then I thought there was going to be more chapters, but really it was just Elisabeth written across the screen, and then later Sue written across the screen. So this is Elisabeth, and we already said the company's looking for a younger version of her. Her life's going to shit. She's old news. There's weird doctors leaving notes and flash drives in her pocket. Mm-hmm. That weird, like, young doctor that looked like a Ken doll.
Yeah.
He was creepy looking. And the fucking flash drive was, like 3 inches long.
Yeah.
It did not look right. I guess they had to write the substance on it. But yeah, so she takes it, and all it is... Like, this is even why it's funnier that it's so big. It's just a video.
It's just, The commercial.
like an ad. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's also what reminded me of How I Met Your Mother. There's a episode where Barney Stinson shows them a video like that for his resume that he made, and it's just over the top and so stupid. And
Yeah.
this video reminded me of that. Do you want to be your better self?
Yeah.
Does your life suck? Be better. Be two. It was so weird. Be two, but be one.
Yeah.
7 days on, 7 days off.
Oh yeah. It's good work, Scad.
But you are one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really weird. Yeah, so that was the other How I Met Your Mother thing. But yeah, she gives in and calls eventually. She's 503. She gives in to the substance. She wants that all up in her.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't deliver. You have to go to an old alleyway. And there's a classic dingy alleyway where all of a sudden you see a key card thing.
Yeah.
Because she got a key card in the mail, 503. But that looks new, where everything
Yeah.
else looks shitty.
Looks like an Amazon locker.
But I didn't understand how she opens it once, and then every time she goes back, the door's already halfway open.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it like, did someone try and rob it?
Yeah.
Or like,
Yeah.
was there maybe a deleted scene of something? Like, it was, I thought that was interesting. Because obviously they're going there to put shit.
Yeah.
Because when she goes, it's just a, what do you call those? Where like a P.O. box?
Yeah.
And I guess that's where everyone who's on the drug goes, and she gets the package, which is full on IKEA.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I thought she was going to go, and it was going to be a bunch of, like, weird doctors, and,
Yeah.
all right, time for your whatever. But yeah, it's just a box that she takes home. And it has all the instructions, like the substance,
Yeah.
fucking needles, and feeding tubes, and feeding bags that looked fucking disgusting. And not many instructions unless they skip that part, because later on we find out you're not supposed to eat real food.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I wouldn't have understood that
Yeah,
just from
no.
the goo that they give
Yeah.
you. Yeah, and then she takes the fucking activator out, and it's good old green shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she has the paper that keeps reminding her and the audience, remember, you are one.
Yeah.
Like a Spice Girls song. What? When two become one. Yeah. What? Why would I know that? I don't know.
Yeah. I only
That's
know
crazy.
A couple of them.
But yeah, it's nice to know that the substance is made from the same company that makes the Ninja Turtles ooze.
Yeah.
And the not animator, reanimator goo.
Right. Yeah.
Fucking brain fart. I hate when you see the word in your mind, and then as soon as you go to see it, it's like the lights went out, and you're like, shit. Reanimate. That was a good review. If you haven't seen that one, you should go check that out. That was fun. Wait, that might not be up anymore.
No.
Never mind.
It's
Let us know if you want us to redo the Reanimator
reanimate
movie.
it.
Because it'd probably be a better review anyway. If you know, you know. Clone baby birth time. Fucking clone
Yep.
baby.
She
And
takes the serum.
it had to be in a white room, too.
Of course. Bathroom.
And I thought, I'm sorry, and I wish I didn't say this out loud during this, because I want to ask you, did you think it was going to come out of her ass? Because it kept looking down at her butt.
Yeah.
So, like, Demi Moore's looking in the mirror, and she's, like, getting ready to take it, and then she puts it in. And I love this in movies like this, where the main character, someone is supposed to do something or put together something, and it doesn't work for, like, the first 2 seconds, and they're like,
Yeah. Guess didn't work.
and you're like, really? Like, wait,
Yeah.
like, even me in the audience is like,
Yeah.
give it a second.
Yeah. You ever take a drug before? Come on.
Drug. First thing that comes to mind is there's Bride of Chucky. She does like the doll ritual
Yeah.
on the not alive doll, and just 2 seconds later, she's like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna go about my
Yeah.
business, and then he comes alive, and yeah, it's like, just fucking have patience. You need a little patience. Yeah. It was supposed to be Guns N' Roses, but I don't think that's how that goes.
No.
If you know, just
You know.
listen to the song. It's good shit. But yeah, so she starts freaking out, and you think she's going to turn into a fucking werewolf, because it looks like a werewolf transformation. And I agree with you at this point, because all I was thinking was, damn, she's got some nice boobs, and that is a really nice ass.
Yeah.
And then I even looked up, she's like 60.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not even 50.
Yeah.
I'm like,
You're fine,
today,
girl.
yeah, she's good.
You can leave your manager. You
Until her better self,
Yeah.
quote unquote, starts fucking her up.
Yeah, you have a Hollywood star. You think you can't go independent at this point?
Just
Start
don't
a podcast.
You could do something other than aerobics videos. Yeah,
yeah.
maybe you're too old for that, but
Yeah.
be
Anything.
a movie star
Hell.
or
Write some songs.
She's about to turn into a werewolf, but
Yeah.
not really, because she's in the fetal position on the ground,
Yeah.
and the camera starts looking at her back, but it starts slowly moving to her ass.
Yeah.
And I even said out loud, like, "Oh, please
Yeah.
don't shit it out."
Yeah, no,
Because in this day and age, if they're like, "Oh, let's gross people out,"
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, let's make it come out the
let's
ass,"
make a poo baby.
and then a lump
Yeah,
comes out of her back.
Yeah.
And starts moving towards her ass.
Yeah.
So even then, I'm like, no, don't do it. I wanted to in my mind, I could just hear, "Brrr."
yeah,
But no, her fucking back just splits open.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just...
like a cocoon.
Dude, the effects in this were insane.
Yeah, very good.
And then, another her... Well, was this a younger her? Or just a new version
Where's
of her?
the quote? It should be you.
It's a better you.
Yeah, it's a better
It says
you.
a better you.
Younger, more beautiful, more perfect version of oneself.
Okay. Because that would make... If it's different than you. Because when she's morphing, or when the clone baby is coming out of her, you see, and this was fucking cool, it goes into her iris or whatever,
Yeah.
and a second pupil comes out and starts like going around the iris, and then a whole new
Yeah.
iris forms, but it's blue and not green,
Yeah.
like Demi Moore's
Yeah.
character,
That
like
more
Sparkle.
attractive eye color.
And I even said, I was like, "Oh, is this going to be like a Nazi thing? Is she going to come out like
Yeah,
blonde
Aryan,
and blue eyes?" But no, she's still
Yeah,
brunette.
and she has a slightly perkier bum and slightly perkier breasts.
Yeah, it's like it's the same body.
Yeah, she goes into the shower and is feeling herself up. She's like, "Oh wow."
Oh, that was fun. I
I'm
thought that was going to go
rejuvenated.
longer.
Yeah.
I thought she was going to get like off on herself,
Yeah.
which I think
helped.
was the intention. But yeah, the butt is not much different. At least like go in and CGI a saggier butt on Demi Moore.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know.
They had good skin effects. I'm sure.
But maybe that's just
Yeah.
part of the whole.
Well, this whole movie is
beauty.
like, when she regresses to a more unattractive person, even then, like when she gets older later on in the movie, even then she's still kind of attractive.
Oh, yeah.
It's Demi Moore. How do you do that?
She's a hideous monster.
Yeah.
But, oh, that's a nice boob
No, that's not bad.
on her back.
Yeah. And then, she lives out her life as, what's her face?
It's ripping through her
Sue?
back. Yeah. How would you explain that? Oh, yeah, and that was another thing I was thinking. And of course it does explain that. But in movies like this, wherever you have a clone that doesn't quite look like you, they always go out and seem to be able to take your identity.
Yeah.
So this whole time I'm like, oh, please don't do that.
Yeah, look, it's me.
But even at the
Elisabeth
same
Sparkles.
time, she doesn't have any credentials.
Yeah.
So she's going into this like big
Yeah.
beauty business thing,
yeah.
and she's like, "My name's Sue.
Yeah.
Okay.
The manager eats her up.
Here's your pay.
Yeah.
Here's your."
Off you
But
go.
I guess they could argue like, well, it looks like it takes place in the 80s. You didn't need.
They don't have social security
Yeah,
numbers.
you didn't need credentials.
Yeah.
You could take someone else's check and
Yeah, and bounce
cash it.
and bounce it.
fucking basketball. Yeah,
Right.
bounce it on your way to the
Yeah, yeah.
bank while
There
you
you go.
cash it. That's crazy.
I remember old stories of how they used to scam. They would take someone's credit card and then ship it to either the West Coast if they're on the East Coast, one of the opposite coasts, because you could use it for 3 days and the bank wouldn't realize because of how long it took for the other coast to get the news of the credit card being used. So
Oh,
you could
'cause they
use it
didn't
for
have,
3
like-
Yeah, you could use it for 3 days before it got shut down.
Yeah, because I guess it would be all through mail.
Yeah,
Because
or
credit card
something.
they would
Yeah.
just do that thing where it would
Yeah.
scan it
Yeah.
onto another piece of
Sign
paper,
it, yeah.
and then you'd sign it or something,
Yeah.
and I guess they would ship that to the
You know, they're
bank.
still signing credit cards in the States.
What do you mean, like that?
Yeah. They're still using their credit cards at restaurants and have to sign.
Oh, like the
Yeah.
receipt.
Yeah. Every time.
Oh,
They're crazy. They haven't
that's
upgraded.
weird.
They have no idea how to use money.
yeah, we're all tap here.
Yeah, we're all tapped.
Which I'm not gonna lie. When did that happen?
yeah, like
couldn't even-
mid 2010s. It was. We were.
It was smooth.
Yeah, we're in smooth transition.
I hate it because my tap doesn't work right now, and I
No,
feel so
shit.
prehistoric.
Yeah,
everyone pushes the machine up to me
here.
and taps where
Yeah.
to put it. And I'm like,
Like,
no, and I got to
sorry.
turn the machine and put the
Sorry.
card in. Sorry about this. Yeah, where were we? So yeah, the new her's out.
Yeah,
and
Sue's out.
loves her body,
Goes straight to the beautiful dreams come true place.
and she must stabilize.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, so
which was fucking weird. It
yeah,
was
she's relatively calm for having her previous body dead, seemingly on the floor of her bathroom.
well, I assume the memories are still there.
Yeah,
or, or half there.
Yeah, yeah.
Because at one point later on, when we get to it, Sparkle does stuff that she seems to be surprised by when she sees the apartment.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's a full connection. I literally think it's splitting you in half.
Yeah, yeah.
So there's kind of a connection,
Yeah.
but not really.
You have the same consciousness, I
Yeah.
would say. Same motivations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but she gets her week of Sue and spends that week going to the Wonderland where dreams come true.
The fucking stabilizer, though, quickly.
Oh, yeah, right in the back.
That needle, too.
Yeah, it's big.
Isn't there a thing they do that in hospitals to get like a reading of something? Because they have to take out spinal fluid.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
You always
Yeah,
see it in
yeah.
shows and stuff, and it's like the most. That's
Yeah.
what she's doing.
Yeah, looks like she's taking out bone marrow.
Yeah, something like that. They do. It's always in hospital shows. But yeah, she has to take a little bit of this each day of the 7 days.
Yeah,
To keep their
stabilize.
connection.
Yeah, because she gets all
intact,
woozy.
as the body does.
Yeah.
Oh God, I hate those giant needles.
It's a corpse. You're not doing it to yourself
How do you know she can't feel?
because you don't feel it, and you
There
are
might
one.
still be a conscience
and we are
in there.
one, and one is one.
To become one. That's not how it goes, but it should.
It should. We'll rewrite it.
Hell yeah. What time period is it? Because right now, Sue's life is just a fucking 80s GTA Vice City commercial. Close up of her ass, palm trees everywhere.
And
She sees that one-piece bathing suit
Yeah.
in the store, nice and pink. Buys it. She goes and auditions in it, and the manager dude is like, "Fucking, you're awesome." More great camera work. Like every set, like new office or apartment, it's always like a wide camera angle and just shows everything and how vast their quote unquote lifestyle is, I guess. Fucking, oh, it was so good. And then we get the montage of her new life, taking all the stabilizer, crazy flame dragon. There's a couple scenes like this. There was a heart flame at one point, and then that went into another scene, and then this one was a flame dragon, and then it turned into her house coat sort of thing, and she's standing
yeah.
at the window.
Yeah.
Which was very video game like.
Yeah.
I think the director might be a fan of video games because there's a lot of like visuals like
She
that.
is French,
Yeah.
so you know.
Do they like video games? I don't know.
They love video
Who
games.
doesn't?
Swedes.
No?
I can't say that.
No.
PewDiePie.
Everyone
PewDiePie took
loves-
the stage.
Yeah, Flaming Dragon, and then it's time to switch. I thought she was gonna jump back in the body,
Right, yeah, right in the back, and
Which-
start puppeting her.
which would have sucked because she already tied up the back,
Yeah, she just stitched it.
which looked like it was done with fucking shoelaces.
Yeah,
It didn't
God,
look great.
Yeah, it was thick string.
And then this, and you never know what's really coming next, but it's kind of obvious when it happens. Because when Sparkle wakes up again, she's in fucking pain and
Yeah.
agony and shit. Because it's like, oh yeah, your back was split open.
Yeah.
She's a little confused. She sees the other body. Yeah, and she goes into work and gets fired like right off the bat.
Yeah, you ditched work for a week.
Where have you been? We were waiting to have your little
Yeah.
go away party. And she becomes lazy and watches TV for 7 days.
Fuck yeah.
Which is, this part makes sense, but she keeps getting lazier and lazier. And I kept saying, like, just retire.
Yeah.
Like, you can retire while your other self still does the
Yeah.
other shit. It's
Yeah.
like you're Batman.
Yeah, you live in the same apartment.
Batman of the beauty world.
Yeah.
And you both still have nice boobs.
Yeah.
Or I wonder, like, you could still go out and be
Yeah.
Sparkle and
yeah.
do the
Yeah, get your fame.
quote unquote old lady stuff.
Yeah.
According to this movie.
Goddamn Hollywood star.
Yeah.
You're fine.
Yeah, like what exactly? What time period is this? If aerobics are the
Yeah.
biggest
Yeah.
thing to go on billboards and shit. Sue's back eventually after 7 days, as we saw. She Sparkle literally just sitting in a chair to the point where she has a Homer Simpson ass groove in the chair. Is it Homer Simpson?
I'm sure.
There's a cartoon where, like, a part of it...
I think every cartoon has
No,
that.
I know, but there's an ass groove, and then it's Homer Simpson, because at the end he's like, Marge, get me a beer or something, I'm going to be here a while, and he has to fix his ass groove because someone else sat in it. Yeah. But yeah, this is a big ass groove, because such a nice ass.
Yeah.
At this point, this is when I was thinking, do they remember? Because Sue comes out and sees the food... Oh, yeah, that's it. Sparkle also ate a chicken that looked really good.
Yeah, yum, yum.
And Sue wakes up to with a... Is it here where she has the dream? Seems surprised. Oh, no, maybe it's not here. Maybe it's the next part. Anyway, she seems surprised at the ass groove, which made me wonder, do they have no idea what goes on? Or... So I'm wondering, once they switch or something, they remember? Or,
yeah, man.
I don't know. But she goes back to work, and then we get a fucking montage of her being awesome, while at the same time she's making a secret room, she's very fucking handy apparently, to hide the body. And even at this point, I was starting to get kind of evil vibes from her. It's just
Sue. Yeah.
Yeah, she's a little off. A little scary, a little creepy. She goes and does her little workout video, which is like a full fucking music video.
Yeah, and we get three or four of these loops where nothing new happens, and it's just, look, she's working out. Look, she's sad and depressed.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a little too long, especially the workout part.
Yeah.
It was kind of like the music video and Smile, too. It was like, you could have cut that in half.
This is a 2-hour and 20-minute movie, too.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus, yeah.
Which most of it was decent. It moved along... No? I thought it moved along fairly well. I disagree.
Pacing was just sluggish.
Oh, okay. Even right here, she's starting to cut her time close, because she starts having a little sexy time, but then she starts bleeding on the guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we even see the food bag. It's getting low. There's no food in there.
Right. If
that even is food, ugh. I wouldn't do this just for the sake of eating food still. I'm not going to lie.
You wouldn't do this for the sake of eating food?
Just for the sake of so I could still eat food. I would not do this beauty thing.
Right, yeah.
Like, there's a lot of reasons why I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
But that if they were like, you can't eat food, I'd be like, fuck that.
Shit. Yeah, what's the point?
Chocolate? No.
Yeah.
Nope. Sorry.
It'll come out your belly button.
I'll get plastic surgery.
Yeah.
Because if you're that big of a star, you probably have that kind of money.
Yeah.
Takes more back juice. And, this is when it's pure nightmare fuel. Because Sparkle comes back and she has a little stinky finger now. Mm-hmm. And she gets more depressed and eats the chicken.
Yeah.
And, that might be not this part. What nightmare fuel is this? There's back juice. I think it's just some sort of weird dark highway right before Sparkle wakes back up. Something.
Right, yeah.
Because she's
sequence.
in pain or something.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe the highway is supposed to be her getting old.
Yeah.
And then because she wakes up and her finger's like a witch finger, and it's all old and stanky looking. She's pissed. She's like, what the fuck? And I think she calls the fucking company at this point.
She's a big complainer to this company. She's a Karen. She keeps calling them, I'm out of juice. Send me more juice.
Well, Sparkle's more like, I don't like what's going on. She's not following the rules. And they're like, you can stop. She's like, nah, it's okay. I'm like, what? Then stop calling them. Or tell her to follow the rules. And like, she's you are one.
Leave a note.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Voices at drop. Yeah, she has to go and re-up her shit. And then there's voices at the Dropbox place. She's like, who's this? Who could it be? And then she meets the guy from the doctor's office at the restaurant, but he's old.
Yeah.
He's doing the substance too.
Oh, yeah.
Just to be a doctor.
Yeah.
Can't you be an old doctor?
Yeah.
I guess he was a little old, like too old. And then he starts fucking yelling at her. At first he's like, I wanted you to have the dream, and isn't it nice? 7 days, it goes slow, but it's so great when it comes back. And then she's leaving, and he's like, it's eating away at her. Or is she eating away at you? Rah! And then she runs out, and he's all fucking crazy. And then Sue imagines a butt pimple coming out during one of her aerobics.
Yeah.
Do you think they saw it on the monitor?
We don't know. It was a weird... This is a satire. This is a self-described satire body horror movie.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I
wanted to see their reaction
2
to
hours
it,
in, I'm like, oh, this is satirical. I'm not supposed to take this seriously. But for the 2 hours before that, I'm like, am I supposed to take this movie seriously? Because there's some over-the-top bullshit. Such as this scene where she goes...
It was funny,
during rehearsal. And they
the
say...
effects were so good.
The whole crew stops the show. They're like, guys... The camera 3 said he saw something weird on the monitor. Let's pull it up on the big screen. And all the crew washes up to the big screen. Slow that down. Replay that. Let's
frame by frame.
Frame by frame. Let's see that. And then we don't know. She runs out of the room. She's like, I need my gown. And yells at this poor...
Which is funny because she's like, I need my gown. Your gown's in your dressing room. Then go get it. She gets her
gown and runs to her dressing room.
Goes to her dressing room.
To deal with the chicken that Sparkle had. Twilight Sparkle.
Oh, that was so funny. Yeah, I at first I didn't think it was even real. I thought she was imagining it, kind of like the broken leg and smile. And finally, Sue wakes up. No, sorry.
Chicken scene.
Instant replay. It's real. Sue's getting mad at Sparkle. Sue wanted to host New Year's.
I can tell you what happened if you forgot. She runs to her dressing room and moves this lump from her ass across her side of her body.
Yeah, this
to
is
her
the
belly.
Nightmare.
This isn't the nightmare. This is what happens.
She wakes up.
Oh, does she?
That's what. That's why I was confused. Yeah, the lump is the chicken.
Yeah, there's a drumstick that she pulls out of her belly button.
It was her belly button.
Yeah,
She did it.
yeah.
I thought it was just randomly. Okay, yeah. And then she wakes up because they swithed places. So I thought maybe it was another dream. I mean, like the highway.
Yeah, it is an undigested full drumstick bone and all. So maybe a dream. I could buy that because I doubt Sparkle's just gobbling down whole.
Well, fuck. When you see the end of the movie,
who
you're
knows?
like, oh, was it a dream or was it some sort of weird? Maybe she was half asleep that day and then woke up. I don't know. I'm thinking it was a dream. But it was so gross though. I was not assuming it was going to come out of her butt this time, though.
No.
Even though it popped up there.
So
fun. The FX was funny.
So many shots of just these poor actresses' ass and tits.
I didn't know if it was going to be another second head.
Yeah,
like an eyeball was going to open up or some shit. That would have been funny. So yeah, she gets mad because she sees all the chicken and shit now. Goes to work for real, I guess, and they ask her if she wants to host New Year's. And she starts taking more and more days at this point because they scare her at first because they're like, oh, your show's been taken off the air. And she's like, what? Yeah. Why? And I almost thought that they were gonna be like, well, because the lump on your ass.
Lump on your ass. Come on.
But then they're like, well, you're doing so good, we're gonna get you to host New Year's, which was kind of weird because like, can't you just do your show and New Year's?
Yeah.
But
one night.
So I guess to prepare for New Year's, she has to do all this. Talk shows and whatever else she has to do, so she keeps putting on more fucking time, taking more back fluid, and I guess not
switching back,
not feeding her as much or feeding her food to her as well.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
But yeah, she goes for like at least 2 weeks or something, and then the back fluid turns black.
Yeah.
And she starts having the blood and everything. And I love when she calls the hotline and they're like, they know what's going on. Just when she's like, oh, I ran out of back fluid. And they're like, yeah, you got to switch.
Follow the protocol. What are you doing?
Stop calling. Yeah. Get off. This is my last day. I'm not supposed to be here. Follow the rules.
It's New Year's, honey.
We dumbed it down.
Yeah.
There's like 4 words in every instruction.
You are one. One is you.
Switch every 7 days. So yeah, she does finally switch, and it's not pretty.
Yeah, no, and again, Sparkle's just sitting on the couch, and then her knee cramps.
But yeah, when she wakes up, her whole
decrepit.
left leg or whatever leg is just all old.
Yeah,
and she has like 4 knees.
Yeah, which I thought she looked dazed.
I'd have taken it.
Yeah.
have a knee wrestle,
Yeah.
whatever that is.
Sure.
I'll
yeah.
fucking create it.
That's real.
Let's go, Demi.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
she
she wakes
cracks it. I thought it was gonna snap out of the fucking
Yeah.
leg. I was waiting for a bone break. Yeah, so this is when she runs. She's like, "Oh, I'm pissed now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get this little bitch."
Yeah.
So she runs into the kitchen and just starts making a
food.
fucking buffet of shit
Yeah.
from a book that Sue was gifted.
Yeah.
Which was hilarious.
By this creep, quote unquote, guy that keeps hitting on
Oh yeah,
her.
yeah. And then, of course, on the TV, one of the talk shows that she did while
appears and-
making her starve to death comes on.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, fucking mimicking
I'm so
her.
pretty.
I'm so
Look at
pretty.
me,
And she's,
yeah.
this scene was hilarious. I giggled a little bit. She's making all the food, and you're like, holy hell, like, that's a lot. And it ends up turning out to be a fucking lot.
Yeah.
And at this point, there's a billboard outside her window, too. She starts, like, plastering newspaper everywhere.
Just so she doesn't see her billboard, yeah.
Jurassic Fitness
Nah.
is what Sue calls her old
right,
show.
'cause- Yeah. Yes.
And then she just starts fucking yelling at Jurassic Fitness. Jurassic Fitness. Fucking, yeah, Demi Moore played a crazy lunatic so well. In
And
this.
she's old at this point. She's got gray hair.
Yeah,
Decrepit,
gray hair. I think half of her face is aging,
Yeah.
and her leg is nasty. Big old nasty fingers still. And then Sue also goes cray cray, and stocks up on back juice again
Oh yeah.
because she wakes up and there's just food
Yeah.
everywhere. Like even this part, when you think about it for a second, you're like, there's no way that much food fit in the kitchen to make
Yeah.
that much food.
Yeah.
Because it was just it was like a hoarder's house in the apartment
Yeah.
of food.
Of prepared food.
And
Yeah.
eaten.
Yeah.
It was prepared
Yeah.
at one point. And then she went to town. So, there's a great camera pan here because she runs back into the room and just starts taking out fucking back juice, whatever, stabilizer. And this might be, it's so simple, but probably my favorite transition. The camera just starts panning out from her in the dark room, and she's only lit up from the door, and it just keeps panning out till it goes black, and then goes into the next scene.
Yeah.
Kind of showing like what Sparkles might be like seeing, like as
Right.
she's taking out the back shit.
Yeah.
Maybe she's going more and more unconscious. So yeah, now it's showtime. Oh wait, Monster goes. Oh wait, not yet. Remember, you are one. Oh fucking yeah! She puts a stop to the treatment. One more package. Termination needle. Oh, sorry. 3 months go by. So she did this for 3 months, which is crazy. Runs out of fluid. She has to switch, and then when Sparkles comes back this time, she's completely old.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
can barely move. She's creaking and cracking
Yeah.
everywhere. And
It's time for a last ditch effort.
it's nasty. It's nasty. So she almost puts a stop to the treatment.
Yeah.
One more package, termination.
Mm-hmm.
Which is funny that this is called termination because when Sue comes back, she turns into a fucking Terminator.
Yeah.
Like He-Man strength. Kicking and sparkles flying
Yeah.
all over the place.
And yeah, this is the first time they see each other both conscious.
Oh, that was great. Yeah,
Yeah.
because she gets the black goo, the termination, sticks it in the bitch's heart, and goes almost all the way, looks at the billboard, and she's like, oh, no, oh, no.
Not the
I can't do
star."
it. Not like this. Not like this. And pulls it out, and then just starts, like, giving her CPR,
Yeah.
and then does the fucking... Every time they switched in the movie, it was like a double... It was like a needle to both of them with like a double hose. And it was basically like a blood transplant. And then that's how they would switch. So she starts doing that, doesn't think it would work. And then bitch wakes up.
Yeah.
Sue bitch wakes up. And yeah, they're face to face. And it's all like,
Yeah.
what the fuck's going on? Did you think that Sue was going to go after her after this?
No, I really didn't.
That was fucking...
No.
This
Yeah.
gets funny.
Yeah.
Like it's intense and like crazy good effects with like head smacking, blood, cracked up faces and shit. But the way it's done is so Looney Tunes.
Mm-hmm.
I think she kicks her. Sue kicks Sparkle, and she flies into like the big picture at one point. I think she starts crawling away at one point because she's in the bathroom, Sparkle.
Yeah.
But Sue picks her up, starts smashing her.
Yeah.
You think she's gonna stop? I thought it was gonna be one of the like a moment when she had the termination needle in her, where it was gonna be like, "Oh no, I shouldn't do this," because they look in the mirror and Sue's just kind of like, "Oh, maybe not," and then just pound her face into the fucking mirror. Yeah. Does she kill her? She kills her, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Sue does her last ditch effort.
Show must go on. Start losing. More expired. Monster goes crazy. Oh yeah. So yeah, Sue has to do the show, but she starts deteriorating.
Yeah.
Basically. This was great. Her fucking teeth just start falling out.
Yeah.
I thought she was gonna go full old.
Yeah.
But instead, she decides to use the little bit of fucking activator that's left after running away from her show.
Mm-hmm.
And one good
idea.
idea.
She says, "Make a better, more
me.
perfect.
Make a better me.
Yeah.
Make a better me. Make a better me." No. Yeah. Show must go on. She takes that shit and she turns into a complete fucking monster.
Yeah.
And even Demi Moore makes another appearance because her face is just like on the back side of the monster or something. And I wish she was able to talk. That would kind of been funny, but she's just kind of like trying to breathe and shit.
But regardless, she gets ready for the show.
Yeah. Did you think this was going to happen?
Who thought this was going to happen? What do you mean? What do you mean? Did I think this was going to happen?
Well, I thought she was just going to kill herself.
Something, yeah. I don't know.
But then she sees something in herself.
Yeah, and she's like, maybe I am beautiful.
This was hilarious.
So she prints out a picture of Sue.
Well, she gets dressed first.
Yeah, and she gets dressed, puts on the earrings.
You see the fucking Demi Moore face? Like, and she just pulls the dress over and she can't breathe. It was good.
Yeah. She looks like those... Oh, God, what are they called? Hags? She looks like a hag. What are those witches called in fantasy?
Probably a hag.
Yeah, a hag.
She reminded me, there's a movie with Alex Winter. I can't fucking think of the name right now. But he joins a circus, and they have to... I think they're injected with something as well, but he turns into a mutant, and she kind of reminded me of that mutant. Mixed with Jabba the Hutt. Freaked, yes, that's the one. Yeah, but it was great.
Yeah.
But yeah, she puts on a blue dress, and then it was very... Oh, my microphone kind of... That might be a cool effect later. My microphone swung away from me, like everybody else. Yeah, very 90... I can't remember what 90s music video it was, but like she prints a big fucking oversized face of Demi Moore and then cuts out the holes as eyes. Actually, I think it just reminds me of any art where they would do that and then cut it like a ventriloquist, and then the animation would just be the mouth opening and closing. Anyway, she puts that on and goes back to work.
Yeah, and gets up on stage.
And I was waiting for a dream sequence, like, because this whole time I'm thinking, so she left her work, went home, did all this stuff, went back. And I'm just waiting for her to, like... I thought it was going to end with her, like, on the bathroom floor dying and having, like, this dream. This vision, I think I even had, like, death dream somewhere written. Because I thought it was, like, life flashing before your eyes. Nope.
But no, she'll must go on.
And why did it take so long for the audience to react?
Yeah. This lumpy, blue-dressed wearing Demi Moore...
Well, you have all the showgirls or whatever doing their thing. Here she comes. She comes out, and it even takes them a while, but they start looking at her, and the crowd's just like, yeah, let's go. Yeah. Let's do it. But yeah.
I think it's like, this creepy voice.
She tries to give the speech. Yeah. And that's what makes the mask fall off. Yeah. And people go crazy.
Yeah.
That's when they fucking react, and we get a little bloodbath. Showtime makes speech. Oh yeah, she burps out a fucking boob.
Yeah. That's when they react. Yeah, it's when the boob comes out.
What?
Yeah.
That was great. I thought it was gonna start moving. I thought it was gonna be another fucking entity.
Another
This
boob
is your
monster.
better part. Your
Yeah.
boob.
Yeah, boob and ass.
Or start like flopping or something. But all practical too.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god. So they all react. She goes crazy. Head cut off. She cuts off someone's head. Oh no, someone cuts off her head, and then she grows a fucking new one that's all crazy, and her arm ends up falling off at one point, and she's just like spraying blood everywhere. Everyone starts running away. They're fucking getting splattered and shit. Oh yeah, the fucking head that comes out. Or she gets splattered or something, and the only part that's left is the Demi Moore face.
Right.
And it starts crawling. This was the only part that was CGI.
Yeah.
But still well done. And she ends up fucking crawling to the star, and that's where she ends up dying on the Hollywood Star.
And just decays.
And she starts tripping. This is where she actually starts to trip out about the spotlight. We hear like the crowds, and she just fucking melts away.
Yeah.
And they sweep her up with the better version of the street sweeper we have at work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's it. The movie ends.
That was fucking crazy. Like, the bloodbath was fucking fantastic. The arm squirting was so funny. But yeah, what the fuck? Laugh out loud. That's what I put. What did I watch? I had to compute that one a little bit. That was crazy. What's even crazier is we're only at 46 minutes, and that was a 2 hour and 20-minute movie. That's good.
To the point I'm about to make. Yes.
Yeah, what were you going to say?
That there's not much in this movie. It is substance.
It's a simple movie.
It is substanceless.
It's like a build-up.
Yeah, as all movies probably should be. I would hope it doesn't start high and go low.
Well,
it's a slog and a half.
Yeah?
Yeah, 2 hours and 20 minutes. Half of that being loops that, yeah, we get it. Sue's being a star and Sparkles sitting at home being depressed. Why did we need 3 or 4 loops of that with nothing progressing at all? It was a lot of time wasted in that, and then the whole like, I need more substance. You are you. Yeah, well, you get it. You're beating that into the audience heads. You're one. You're driven to be more younger and beautiful. But it was like, it was so paper thin. There wasn't any. There was no substance. There was no substance.
Do you like these kind of movies, like body horror?
Body horror's fine. Satire's fine.
This just wasn't done well?
This wasn't done well, in my opinion. The acting and writing, I think the actors were fine. I think the writing was god-awful. Like, bad. It made the actors look like they were performing bad.
Was the writing bad, or it was just stretched out? Like,
no, I think the writing was straight up bad. I think they used $16 million on the physical SFX, and then fucking just prayed for the rest of it.
And just prayed?
And just prayed for a good movie. Critically acclaimed, good for them. Good for Qualley, the director, producer, and whatever. Writer. But
Qualley.
Man.
Wow.
It didn't hit for me at all. It felt like it should have been a YouTube short. I think you could have gotten the movie across in a YouTube short.
I think it could have been shorter, but I don't think it
could have been 30 minutes.
To be honest, there was a point in time when I was like, okay, this is dragging on, but then that's when all the weird shit started to happen. So I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it works for babies when you get visually stimulated and you go, oh, yeah, the movie's good. And
you got to admit, it looked fucking fantastic, though.
And that was the only thing of this film.
The set pieces and
they polished
camera
a turd.
angles and cinematography and sound design.
This music was bad. The music was bad. I don't know if you paid attention to the music. The
I
music
did.
was one key on a keyboard under like a plugin, a free plugin that they got
Okay.
off of Instagram.
But the 80s, the aerobics music got me going.
Yeah, I'm sure they
I
stole
wanted to
that.
get up and move it. Get those hands up.
And there's so many
hips side to side.
unnecessary. I guess it's the theme of the movie, but like sexually explicit shots of just these poor actresses' ass and tits.
Well, that's the point of the
dragging-
movie. It's supposed to
Yeah.
be like perfection.
We
and-
get it though.
You wanted to see less of that?
Well, there was no point
You
of
crazy.
it. A pointless. I'm not fucking jerking my dick off for 2 hours and 20 minutes. It gets sore after a while.
You're doing it
I
wrong.
don't bring lube to the theater. They stop me at the door every time.
There's natural lube. Anyway, so I guess review. What would your score be?
Give me your score first.
No,
1.8
1.8
out of 5.
Wow.
That's I thought about it all day.
1.8.
1.8 out of 5.
Interesting.
Good SFX. Good job, team.
Good. I thought they were
It
good
looked beautiful.
characters. Oh, okay.
You
Good.
can-
Good actors.
like,
the
I-
actors played them.
I'm
well.
willing to be
The
convinced.
manager alone was funny.
He's funny, but I didn't know if I was to take the
Okay,
movie seriously.
One problem I do have: nothing came of the neighbor.
Yeah.
That was pointless.
Yeah. Nothing came of the neighbor. Is that the clingy? Yeah, the
The
clingy,
clingy
guy
guy.
across the
I
street.
thought he was going to turn into a stalker
yeah,
or something.
No, he gave a cookbook, and for a scene that didn't get used.
Was that who it was from?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I thought it was from the manager.
But
So
this-
you could have easily done
Yeah.
that.
But the cookbook.
No, doesn't she look at a scene with the manager standing with people
maybe?
when she picks up the books? It always does flashbacks.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
When
They those are party
anyway,
gift.
yeah, I thought.
But then what was the point of that scene? She made a
which
bunch
one?
of
The
food.
she was getting back at her other self.
Yeah, so Sue wakes up and goes, "Oh God, a bunch of food," and then that's it. I thought there was going to be a bunch of food coming out of her orifices on stage as she's.
Didn't something happen to her?
No. Nothing happened.
Because she was pissed.
She was pissed, and then she cooked out of anger, and then Sue wakes up to see a bunch of food in the house. Goes, "Oh, geez, this bitch crazy," and then that's the whole scene.
No, something must happen to her.
Yeah, see, I'd like to give this movie more credit too, but I'm trying my hardest, and the substance isn't there.
But Demi Moore
Demi Moore's great. I love her.
and
Who's the
manager?
Yeah, the manager.
Douglas Quaid?
Dennis.
Dennis Quaid. I was so close.
He was better as Bowser in the Mario movie.
He's not Bowser. You're crazy.
Keep talking.
That was
I'm gonna
Jack
look
Black.
That up. I'm going to look that up. You keep talking.
It's not him. It's the guy from
Keep
it's
talking
the
about.
bad guy from
Give us
Speed.
your score.
I'm just saying it's going to be the bad guy from Speed,
And
whose
that?
name I can't remember.
All right.
So it'll be nice that you look it up. But there was one other question I wanted to ask you. Could there be a sequel to this?
I mean, could. Of course, there could be. Would I want a sequel from this? No. I mean,
Okay.
but that's the thing. I didn't like Smile 1. And I love Smile 2.
Didn't you?
No. Fucking garbage movies. Shit. Eat my ass. Garbo.
I got to
Poo-poo.
start writing down our
Yeah.
scores so I remember.
Garbo poo poo.
Oh,
I said
it was
talk to a therapist.
It was
That-
Talk to Me that you liked. You liked Talk to
think
Me.
I liked
So I
Talk
think
to
we
Me.
watched those
Yeah.
right
But
after
and
this.
Smile, I said the director needs to talk to a therapist and figure out how the hell they speak to
But
clients.
didn't we find out that they did?
Yeah, in the second movie, thankfully, the director's like, I spoke to
For
a
the
therapist.
second movie?
Yeah, for the second movie.
There's no therapist in the second movie.
But he said I spoke to a therapist and I understood mental health.
Oh.
Yeah. I know, imagine that.
I liked
Dennis Hopper.
There you go.
2 Dennises.
See, if he's Dennis Hopper, he should have been a hopping character from Mario.
And who would that be?
A turtle with wings.
They fly, dude.
No, some of them do, but some of them just bounce.
Fuckers.
Oh, he could be the guy in the boot. The boot guy.
I never played Super Mario 3
No, how'd you know it was from that?
because that's the only boot in Mario games.
They never bring him back.
They never bring the boot
That's
back.
bullshit.
No boot back.
Why haven't they brought him back? It's a little green boot with a twist tie on the back. Not a twist tie.
Shoelace.
No, the toy, the wind up.
Wind up.
Was with the winder,
The Winder.
the winder.
I'd watch that movie.
If there was a sequel, I personally would want the company more involved and maybe see like an army or a cult of the people using the substance. I don't know. You would need another what do you want to call it? Like how this dealt with beauty and stuff.
You
You
need-
couldn't repeat that again.
Yeah, you would need world building. You would need some sort of collusion with this black market.
Well, this was like an artistic movie about beauty, so it would have to be something like that again. But you can't really,
Yeah,
or another aspect of beauty, something.
Right. Well, that's it. Dive into this black market. Who's actually running the show? How's the substance being made? Is it corrupt rich guys that are trying to make more beautiful models and abusing that to make money infinitely?
I would love to see the manager maybe is involved with that company. It's a vicious cycle.
Yeah.
Because didn't the voice kind of sound like it came up somewhere else in the movie?
Evil, spooky voice?
Like the guy on the phone.
Oh, I wouldn't know.
Maybe, remember when she goes for the audition and they say her boobs are in the right place?
Yeah.
Maybe that guy.
One of the guys, yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So my review. I liked it. I thought, I do agree it could have been shorter. Some of the repeats could have been either not cut, but like dumbed down a little bit. You could have gotten to the me versus you part a little faster. Because it even seemed in the beginning, a lot of the scenes were really short. So it seemed like the movie might have even been longer and they had to like cut it down. Because the opening scene when she's going through like, oh, I'm a big star, but not doing too well. It's like 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds. Okay, the substance. And then actual scenes. But I enjoyed the story, the length of it.
But what story? What is the story?
How she's battling with her age and beauty and...
Well, no, I get that. That's the moral. But the actual story was, I'm going to use the substance. I'm running out of substance.
How far will someone go to keep themselves basically going and beautiful and in this world?
It's been so overdone in that too. Yeah. I read Shakespeare. I know.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, a couple
That's not
of them.
a Shakespeare thing.
I'm sure it is.
Is it?
I'm sure it is.
How? You read it?
I played Othello on the Nintendo Entertainment System.
Yeah, well...
The real ones get that.
I've seen Romeo and Juliet on VHS.
Great
like twice.
Flick.
Who's in it?
Demi Moore and Dennis Quaid.
Good guess.
Thank you.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh,
and someone.
What a playboy.
All right. As for my review to keep going, I thought the characters were well done. The casting was perfect. Cinematography was on point. The music was well done. Not amazing, but I thought it was good for the movie.
Give me standout music moments.
There wasn't like crazy music, but it was just
atmospheric.
Yeah, atmospheric.
The atmosphere was one note.
I urge everyone atmospheric.
To listen back to the atmospheric music. It was a plug-in free synth pressing one note.
Okay, can we we can shut the fuck up and tell us how you really feel?
I'd give it a 1.4 if I was having a bad day.
Quiet the whole review. It's like you were waiting for this moment to just be like, all right, that's it. This is what I'm going to say.
Yeah, sure. We get through the plot and then
it's great.
We get our review.
I love it. Practical effects were great. Like, holy shit. You need more monsters like that in movies. The Sue versus Sparkle fight was so fun and funny. Both, in the apartment, and then when Sparkle Sue becomes the monster in the studio. Fucking hilarious. Oh, yeah, because then she's even walking down the street. She's able to leave the studio at the end of the movie, and she's spraying everywhere. How does she die? She runs into someone.
She walks back out on onto the street, and we get an overhead shot of her falling onto the street and exploding.
She just explodes?
She just explodes.
Oh, okay. Guess she just couldn't take that much substance.
Yeah, they had the prop, and they had to do something with it.
I enjoyed how the story was like how far someone could go for fame and then just taking it to such a silly place. And I love the fucking manager. Please just make a movie of a day in the life of that guy. I don't know. He's fucking funny. And he loves his shrimp or whatever those were. I might have to give it 5 substances out of 5.
That's an insult.
4.9.
That's an insult to every movie you've ever put before.
There's no way.
Below that and above 4. That is a huge insult, and I feel sorry.
I mean, I'm going that high because I liked it a little more than Smile 2.
A 4.9 out of 5 is
because I think I gave Smile 2 4.8.
Yeah.
So I got to go 4.9.
Okay, I feel
like I said, the length was.
I feel less of you because of that. That's all you need to know.
There's no way.
This is true. I only speak truth.
That's not true.
This was a bad movie.
4.2 I gave Smile 2. Okay, so I'll give this 4.5.
Yeah, still an insult. Shouldn't be in the force. Shouldn't even be near it.
Well, thank you everyone for
Thank you
requesting
guys
this.
so
Because you guys
much.
chose this again.
For 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Should we get them to choose the next one, or should I get 3 and let you choose out of the 3?
I'm going to choose it.
Just anything?
I'm just going to choose any movie that the first thing that comes to my mind. Do you want me
Now?
to do it now? No.
No,
'Cause
no.
I can't think of any movie. The
Well,
Minecraft
you could have
movie.
easily just looked over there at all my movies and been like, this one.
Batman Returns.
Hey, that's a pretty dark movie. It's Tim Burton.
Don't scare me.
It might.
We'll
Batman's
figure it out,
pretty
guys.
scary in that.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks for substancing all over our faces as we what?
Speaking of substancing,
Right.
you should subscribe.
Substance.
I don't even know where to go.
There we go. Spotify 5 stars. Twitter, X, follow on both.
Blue Sky.
Blue Screen.
We're
Why do you
even
keep
on-
bringing up Blue Sky? No one's listening on Blue Sky.
Everyone's on there.
Everyone's on Blue Sky. Oh, is this
Yeah.
the Twitter that everyone's
Yeah.
running to because they're afraid of
'Cause it's beautiful.
a South African man,
What?
Elon Musk?
Is that what he
Yeah,
is?
he's
That?
South African. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We're on both. We're like herpes. We've told you. We're everywhere.
Yeah, we spread, and when something gets near us, we spread even more.
Oh, my shoulder is a little sore, but don't forget to tell your audience about us. And
Their
your manager.
audience? Oh.
I like to like the
Oh,
movie.
are they superstars?
I'm referencing movies.
Oh, I see.
Like the movie we just did.
Right.
And don't forget to tell your better self.
Yeah.
Be your better self. Don't forget we are all one. And just fucking tell people about us.
Okay. Jesus.
Yeah, I think that's it though.
Yeah, and we'll finish with a Substance song. The Substance.
So good.
Drink it up in your back.
Way.
That's it, guys. We do haiku songs.
Substance.
Oh.
Substance. Get in my needle. I'm not on today.
No, jeez.
I'm no.
Substance, get in my needle.
Into my arm.
And
what rhymes with needle?
Feed hole. Your
Let's
mouth.
get to my feed hole.
Yeah.
Be your better self.
Yep.
7 days a week. Don't forget to switch, or you will get meek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meek week.
2 years coming and monster gonna eat your face. Eat your face.
Monster's gonna-
Can we get copyright for that?
Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna call MJ on the phone. Hello, MJ. Thanks for listening, guys.